America, we keep hearing about the border crisis. Somehow we only keep talking about one border, though. Anyway, that's a different topic. So, whenever you hear somebody bring up the border crisis and they talk about drugs and human trafficking and this, and that, and the other thing, please let's understand a few things. First of all, Mexican cartels get most, and when I say most, I mean damn near all. They get most of their guns from U.S. gun manufacturers. So America is kind of facilitating. Anyway, big business, money changes hands, no one really cares. And they don't use the Rio Grande and send one person over at a time. They actually use legal ports of entry where most illegal activity takes place. So let's get into a few things. You hear people talk about the border and how America somehow has an open border policy, yet people use words like seized and captured, and somehow they think that this is a bad thing, but it's not, because it very simply means that there is no open border policy and Border Patrol is doing its job. So people finally started to realize that, and they started to use phrases like gotaways and I forgot what the other word was they used. But if you're going to refer to someone as escaped or got away, then that kind of insinuates that they were in a facility and kind of broke out. So there should be a report on these so-called gotaways. If it's a gotaway or an escaped in any other way, shape, or form, then you really wouldn't be able to keep a track or a number on that unless you just got fooled like this was some kind of cartoon. Now, Americans don't understand how immigration works, and that's why people keep talking about the border crisis, and they're banking on that. So let me explain a few things. See, here in America, people don't understand because no one cares if you leave America. You go to the post office, fill out a paper, pay a little bit of money, you'll get a passport. Even if you don't have a passport, your passport expired. I've actually been through this myself. You can literally go down to the office, show them a plane ticket, and you'll have a passport tomorrow. That's not the way immigration actually works, though. See, and a lot of Americans don't understand this, and that's what some people use to prey on your fears and biases. And yes, they are fears and biases because you're afraid of people coming to America. Even though you call yourselves a freedom people, not sure how you're for freedom when you're telling other people, don't come, stay where you are, you can't live here. Not sure how you're the Jesus people when you're doing the same thing, but that's a different conversation again. So what happens in other countries, and a lot of other countries, unfortunately, is that their citizens have to go into the government, explain to the government why they want to travel, and most importantly, convince the government that they're going to come back. And they can be denied for no reason. Like that. Which, again, I'm not sure how anybody says they're for freedom when you're telling people that they can't travel. Explain that one to me. That never made any sense. Definitely don't know how you're the Jesus people when you're telling people they can't travel. That really makes no sense. And I really don't understand how you're the Jesus people because I can't imagine Jesus calling people illegals. That's just me, maybe. But we'll move on to the topic of drugs. Again, remember, the drug cartels get most of their guns from U.S. gun manufacturers. That's pretty much how they kind of conduct business with their guns. So if you think, and this is one that really makes me angry, because if you just had any sense of like critical thinking or just thinking, this wouldn't make sense to you. If you think that the illegal drug business is $1 billion a year business because the cartels are sneaking drugs across the Rio Grande one person at a time, you must be on drugs. I'm just right now. I'm quiet because I'm listening to the like hamsters in the wheel kind of start to wake up. Because that makes no sense. You really believe that that's how $1 billion a year businesses are created? Drug mules across the Rio Grande, one person at a time. That a wall is going to slow that down. Because that's how drugs get into America. So let's talk walls, because I heard somebody say that walls do work. Well, let's look at history. The Great Wall of China. Well, it's kind of not just a tourist attraction. Did it do much good when it was erected? Yeah, people found a way around it. The Berlin Wall. Ooh, the Berlin Wall. Well, that one no longer exists. No, I mean, that one did some good, right? Then again, people did find a way around that too. The walls of Jericho. Oh no, they toppled those walls in like 7 days, I think. I'm sure there's a point in history where the walls really have, done some amazing things. Prison walls. They seem to. I guess you can like build a giant prison around America. That would definitely stop illegals because then you'd have no planes or boats coming in either. Okay, I've said all of that because I need you to understand that there's really not much, because legal immigration does not start in America. So there's not really much America can do as far as immigration that they're not already doing. I mean, when you have people yelling, build a wall, yeah, you're definitely preying on their fears and biases. There's no question about it. We could change the gun laws so that the Mexican cartels at least are not being helped, I guess, by the United States. There's that. But I guess everybody's just gonna believe whatever they want to believe about the border and how immigration works. And that's all there is to it. So you guys, like always, keep doing what you're doing because it's working so well.